Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Jen, the doctor has said I've got high cholesterol. What do I do? This gets said to me way too many times. It's one of those lifestyle ailments that's just not cool, and it's 100% preventable. So that's what I want to talk about today. So what is it? What's cholesterol and what's the difference? Because we've got HDLs, high density lipoproteins, which is the good cholesterol. And then we've got LDL, low density lipoproteins, which is considered the bad one. And I know it's kind of strange in your brain. You think, but isn't the low one good and isn't the high one bad? No, it's not. The HDLs are the good, the LDLs are the not so good. So the difference is, so you understand, HDLs carry cholesterol to your liver, where then it's able to be taken from your bloodstream before it builds up in your arteries and clogs them. That's it. Where LDLs, they take the cholesterol straight to your arteries and just fill your arteries with bad fats. That's the bottom line, which then, closes them up, constricts blood flow, creates strokes and heart disease and all that kind of stuff. So it's not good, and it's totally preventable. The interesting thing is that next to type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol is the easiest imbalance for a naturopath to bring back into balance through a blood cycle. 1 to 3 months, we can generally bring it back into balance. Boringly easy for us to do. So what is the solution? How do we do it? Well, I have to be real. The cool thing is it's not what we do 10% of the time that matters. It's what we do 90% of the time. So if the majority of your life you're eating close to nature, and I'm going to break it down for you, but if you're eating close to nature, your body is able to deal with what you're doing. That's it. So you can go off and have the fun bits of foods here and there and stuff. However, the majority of the time you want to be having close to nature. So let me break it down. Where we do need to start is with fats. We need to reduce the saturated fats. So saturated fats are, from your red meats, your cheeses, some of your heavy dairies and stuff. So think of it this way, easy. If you've got a steak or a chop or something like that, you've got a piece of meat and you can see the white fat on it, even like bacon, those kind of things. That white fat, that's saturated fat. It's saturated, and the way to think of it is how it looks outside your body is how it will look inside your body. So if it's hard and white and solid outside your body, cheese, same deal. That's what it does. It clogs your arteries. That's the easiest visual to give you. If something is a good fat, it's running at room temperature. Ta-da! And we want to make sure that we eliminate trans fats. So trans fats are what could have started as a good fat, but it's been heated to create it into, some of those margarines and things that say solid. It's been overheated basically, and it turns rancid. And that's just nasty, 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 nasty stuff. So trans fats have to go. We need to reduce the saturated fats. If you can't eliminate, at least reduce them dramatically. And we want to load up on the good fats. So let's go. What are the good fats? There's a handful that are really, really, really good. Let's start with olive oil. Nice and simple, easiest one just to be cooking with. It's a good fat, helps to balance out the bad fat. That's it. And it's known in science to decrease the bad cholesterol. One of my favorites is absolutely flaxseed oil. Now you can't cook in it, but it is my personal favorite source of omega-3s. And so it comes from flax seeds. So really rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids. You must keep it refrigerated. Anything that's an omega-3, if you're going to get it from a fish source, so like, not farmed, freshwater, wild salmon or krill, really important. If you're going to get that, store it in the fridge. I choose to use flaxseed oil. So it's just literally cold pressed from the flax seeds. Both excellent sources of omega-3s, and both need to be stored in the refrigerator. I also am a big fan of avocado. Now, avocados are full of the heart-healthy monosaturated fats. These are the ones like in that same kind of class as olive oil. Now, you can get avocado oil for cooking too. Avocado oil is great for cooking in because it has a higher smoking point than olive oil. Nuts and seeds are also an excellent source of good fats. So almonds, walnuts, peanuts are amongst your best. They just are. So eating about 50 grams, that's about 2 tablespoons of nuts a day, can slightly lower your LDLs, and it's also good for your heart. Almonds are one of my favorite out of those nuts because it doesn't just lower the LDLs, it helps to raise the healthy HDLs, the high density lipoproteins as well. So you got kind of both the benefits. Now, nuts and seeds, if you're going to be doing that, we're talking about the raw, not the roasted. As soon as you roast, you heat, you oxidize the oil, the part that we're wanting to get. So it's always got to be like raw, again, close to nature, raw, not roasted, salted and things. So that's the bottom line on good fats. Really simple, bring them in the majority of the time, reduce your saturated fats. Now we also need to bring in more soluble fiber. So soluble fiber literally helps to reduce the absorption of the cholesterol in your bloodstream. So we want to slow that down. We want to slow it getting into your bloodstream and clogging everything. So some of your best sources of soluble fiber are, well, whole grains is the place to start. I know doctors prescribe oatmeal, so, porridge, that's one. Barley, brown rice. So in everything that I've recorded in my Healthy Life Hacks, I talk about having, your grains and everything close to nature. So brown bread, brown rice, brown pasta, all the brown things. Now, with your oatmeal as well, you can buy it kind of wholemeal oatmeal or the more refined and processed. The quick cooking oats, don't touch them. Don't touch them because, again, they've taken them further away from nature. They're not going to have that same sopping up property that the wholemeal ones are. So that's important. We want lots of useful, close to nature, soluble fiber to be able to reduce your LDLs. Beans and legumes are invaluable. Black beans, lentils. I had lentils for lunch today. Kidney beans, black-eyed beans, pinto beans. All those beans and legumes are really good because they also help to slow the absorption of the cholesterol into the bloodstream. That's what we want to do. We want to stop it getting in there, preferably by not having the bad fats that are going to go straight there. But if you are having any, we want to make sure we want to be able to slow the absorption so that we can help your body to eliminate them. Whey protein is also excellent at being able to lower LDLs and the total cholesterol count as well as blood pressure. So whey protein, close to nature, make sure it comes from happy grass-fed cows. That's a really, really, really important part because then you'll pull up all the amino acids for all those benefits as well. So another form of soluble fiber that helps to lower LDLs are your fruits, in particular, apples, grapes, strawberries, and citrus fruits, okay? So, and they're really colorful. I'm a big fan of things like blueberries. I grow mulberries in my garden. So healthy for you because they help to reduce the levels of that artery clogging LDLs. That's what we want to do. We want less LDLs in our diet. And if you are having them, we want to really slow down the way that they're uptaken into the bloodstream. It's going to benefit all cardiovascular system health and particularly the clogging nasties that the high cholesterol does. Tomatoes are really good for your cholesterol as well because they're rich in what's called lycopene. Now, lycopene not only lowers your low density lipoproteins, the bad fats, but it also helps to moderately increase the HDL cholesterol, the good ones. So that's what we want to do. Bring down the low, bring up the good. Now, food that is not a fruit, but it's really, really good is a great vegetable called asparagus. So asparagus, just lightly steamed, not, a way I like to eat it sometimes is I'll just saute it with some black pepper and some lime juice, things like that. But lightly steamed, it's excellent at being able to bind to the bile acids in the gut. So when we do that, what happens is because you've bound them all together, your body uses up more cholesterol to produce bile, which means there's less floating around in your bloodstream. Asparagus, lightly steamed, is really good for you. Now, okra, carrots, beetroots, green beans, eggplants, I had eggplants and lentils and that for lunch today, are all in that same kind of category. Cauliflowers to an extent, but lightly steamed is really important. Bring them into your diet. Again, close to nature, lightly steamed. Now, chocolate even in small doses, and I'm talking small, I'm talking the 70% plus dark, bitter cocoa is useful because it's really rich in what's called flavonoids and the antioxidants, which help to lower the bad cholesterol. So they're your main kind of foods that are going to help you. It makes sense. We need to reduce alcohol. We need to reduce smoking. We need to move our body every day, some kind of exercise, but do exercise that's fun, because stress also influences our cholesterol levels. So for me, I surf of a day because I really enjoy it. Stick me in a gym, I'm going to be stressed out. So it's got to be moving your body in a way that helps, to bring down the bad cholesterol, but also manage your stress levels at the same time. So we want to move our body every day. We want to make sure we're drinking enough water, 33 ml per kilo per day. Green tea is also excellent for our health. I'm a big green tea fan. Brewed for less than a minute. When we brew green tea for less than a minute, we pull up all the antioxidants, which are excellent at helping to reduce the bad cholesterol. We also get a bit of the caffeine, but we don't get the dehydrating tannins. So remember, always brew your green tea for less than a minute. And we do need to manage our stress levels. I have talked endlessly through my podcasts all about how adaptogens help our body adapt to stress. Honestly, stress overrides everything with our diet. The sad truth is that stress can change our blood chemistry faster than crap food. And we live in a world where there is stress. We can't make stress go away. We've got to get our body to the place that it's not being taxed by the stress. We're more kind of adapting to it. So with your nutrition close to nature, but also manage your stress. So what are the healthy life hacks for this episode? Healthy life hacks, I've given you 3 today. First one is don't stress. It's the 90-10 rule. So behave 90% of the time, have super duper fun. The other 10%, your body will deal with it. Healthy life hack number 2 is we want to just focus on 3 of those foods. 3 of those foods or actions that I spoke about here. Go to the show notes and check them out, but just pick 3. Please don't try and do it all today. I want to set you up for success. I'd rather people started, got a base, and then kept building on it. So it doesn't matter what it is. Pick the 3 that call you the most. And then healthy life hack number 3 for this episode is to manage your stress. Remember, it overrides everything. In the show notes, I'll put a link to the adaptogen tonic that I take. And then I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review on Apple Podcasts to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. And if you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below. Join my newsletter and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.